Welcome back to Blast Guys Reviews. In this review, we're going to take a look at the new Hasbro Star Wars The Vintage Collection from the Obi-Wan series on Disney Plus, the new Inquisitor Reva, the third sister. 1/18 scale action figure. Okay, let's start off by taking a look at her card. Here at the top we have the ages recommendations 4 and up. Choking hazard warnings are on the top right of the video. The Star Wars Obi-Wan emblem there at the top. As we go down, we have the name peel, Reva third sister. I'm surprised they didn't put Inquisitor in there. Very nice image of Reva from the series. I think they really nailed her face sculpt, but I will take a look at that closer here in a bit. But that's what she looks like inside the clamshell. She has quite a bit of different variations of her saber. Very nice. Back of the packaging, this is VC242. You can see some of the cross cells here on the back of the last upcoming, either this wave and an upcoming wave. One thing I didn't know, if there was a single carded Boba Fett from the Boba Fett series. I was unaware of that. Here at the bottom we have the Vintage Collection logo and a bunch of stuff no one cares about. And I'll show the UPC here in a second, and on this so you can see it better. But that's the back of the card. There's UPC. I got this at Target. It was like $12.99. It was a day before the release of this video, so these are hitting stores now. The only thing I noticed about this new wave of figures, the cardstock is a lot better. I recommend you check out my video for new cardstock. I just did it here a couple days ago. But these are the better style back when they started the modern, I guess, version of the Vintage Collection, until they went that real thin paper stuff. I think they're actually went back to the good cardstock. So that's a good thing to see. That's what's happening with the figure line. If you're wondering what that little piece of paper is at the bottom of the clamshell, it's the same stuff that's on the back of the card, which is pointless. They should just remove the back of the card gibberish, and then we can put it in the on this piece of paper, and so we have a better image for card collectors. So Hasbro, if you're listening, you fixed the cardstock, now fix this issue. Okay, here she is outside the clamshell. She looks pretty good from my first impressions. Let's take a look at that head sculpt. I really think they nailed it pretty good for the 1/18 scale. It looks like her from the actual show. She looks really good. Nice face sculpt. Nice. Hair looks good. So her shoulder pads here. There's not a whole lot to see on this figure. I mean, it's a black, pretty much a black dominant body. So she just has a paint, some sculpting here inside her pads. She has the grayish on the interior of her body. She has a little color here, silver buckle, little red there throughout. It's really good to see we have cloth goods. That's great. This is not plastic or vinyl. There's her ponytail. This looks really good. So let's take a 360 look at her. It's probably like this short review because of just being a black body. I mean, it has some sculpting and some grays in there, but it's not much to really, see. I mean, it's the character. Straight up. Pretty nice. Here's what she looks like from the back with the her cloak out of the way, or cape, whatever you want to call it. Okay, for articulation for her head, there's side to side. Then we have it down. not too much up. Arms are on a ball joint. To do right 360, you've got to get around those pads there. So it's pretty good. She feels good materials. Like getting a whole lot of rise on her arms there. Feels like a lot of resistance. 360 at the elbow, of course. Bendable elbow. Get you more than 90 there. Way more than 90 there. On this wrist, we have the 360. And we have, I'll have to check that out closer. Okay, unfortunately, I removed the hand, and there's no joint. It's just a peg in both hands. So you're not going to get any of the ins and outs and ups and downs. And you can get that 360, and that's about it. That's unfortunate. She does have an ab crunch. Back. Some side to side. Then we have a 360 rotation. Way high this time. For her sitting position, pretty good. We have a split. That's fantastic. And then obviously this way is pretty good too. Thigh rotation. We have a single jointed knee. 90 degrees. Feet pivot down, up a little. Go around the ball of the foot. And then you can get those side to sides if you would like for display purposes. So there she is. So far, only complaint I have is no articulation of wrists. So you can get those really dynamic saber poses. So that's going to go on my negative list so far. So I have one. So that's not too bad for a Hasbro product right now. Pretty cool. So let's go ahead and take a look at her sabers. Here is her saber, her lightsaber all turned off. It's just a handle, half a circle. Done in a silver, well, it's like a gunmetal maybe, with some wash of really dark. Don't want to say it's black. It's almost okay. Well, maybe it is some black, but it's very small. It's gotten smaller. Do we have a peg here? So my question was, wonder if they actually went the extra mile and we could put this on her back like this, like in the TV show. But unfortunately, I don't see any peg holes in the back of this at all. So it's unfortunate. Just got a tie there. And don't see any. So that's definitely well, my second negative. Okay, so that's, I guess the peg hole is for her side. It's the only one I can see here, so. And that is very difficult to get in there. There we go. That's what that looks like. And it doesn't really get in the way of her arms too bad. So that's pretty good. Let's see how well she holds it. So the hands are softer plastic. So this thing is very, very small. Okay, and then seems to hold it pretty good. Okay, so let's go ahead and take a look at another version of her saber. So we have it all energized with the full circle, 2 blades, dual bladed, done in red plastic. Not too bad, not bent. It's not that flexible. Should kind of wants to bow inward like this way to the center, but Same paint deco for the handle, for the Saber handle. Okay, here she is holding it. Without that wrist articulation, it's really going to be hard to get her to get a great pose out of her. I mean, you basically have to rely on the elbow. You can get the, 360 position like, like this or up and down. But without that back and forth, it's really going to hinder your ability to get a cool pose out of them. But she holds it pretty decently. I was kind of concerned how small they were. These actually was the smallest sabers I've seen for a while. But not too bad at all. It's a good figure for what we're used to getting. From the vintage collection, at least, not bad at all. So the last two pieces you get is another version of this her Saber broken. I'm not going to really get into why she has these. Her Saber gets damaged in this show, so I don't want to spoil anything just in case you haven't seen it. But if you're watching this, you've probably seen the show. So if not, you'll have to do your research because I don't want to ruin what happens. Same paint scheme, just Sabers. Pieces of her handle, what's left for the functioning now 2-part Saber. You know how kind of Darth Maul or whoever has them, they get broken and they can wield them like this. But pretty cool. Okay, here she goes. She can hold them pretty nicely. So all in all, her Saber handling is good. Not excellent because I'm missing that joint, but good. This looks really cool. So, let's talk about the final thoughts. Final thoughts. Negative. The obviously the missing joint in the wrist is the biggest negative I got. Not able to put that Saber on her back like a lot of the Inquisitors do in the show. I think other than that, I'm pretty well satisfied. Except for those two things, I'm for the positive. Fantastic soft goods. The plastic feels good. She looks good. I think they nailed the head sculpt for what they could for this scale. Multiple versions of lightsaber, which is fantastic. So that's a good plus. The Saber handles are getting smaller, in my opinion. When I'm doing a review for the Obi-Wan, his Sabers are even smaller. Wait, you guys see those? So don't forget to check that out too. Very cool. I do recommend the figure. She's one of the better vintage collection figures if you do like to open them and play. Plus her cardstock is now thicker. So if you're a card collector and you can get a good card, or if you can get an unpunched card, be perfect for you card collectors to stick on your wall to admire. So I think, like I said, I paid like $12.99. I got it at Target. At Target, they had 2 of her, 2 of the Darth Vaders. Then they had 1 Obi-Wan. I'm trying to think of, and I didn't see the Boba Fett allegedly that exists. And they had an Anakin Skywalker. So I think somebody hit him up before I got there. So at least I was able to get her and Obi-Wan. So I'm quite satisfied. So check your local Targets and you might be able to find some at yours. I gave you guys a UPC if that helps you to track her down. Okay, I wish you guys the best of luck finding all your collectibles and Reva if you're looking for her. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss out on any of the reviews or other awesome videos we do. Thank you guys so much for watching, and we'll see you in our next review.